5 days ago, the GameStop stock was at $39.23. Now, the stock is at $347.51. Okay, so if you don't understand what stocks are, I'll try to explain them. It's kind of hard to explain because even I don't understand them that much. So let's say GameStop is at $1 a share. That's very low, but let's just say that's their company worth. They're worth $1 a share, it's called. And you put $1 in. It goes up to $2, you make $1. It goes up to $3, you make $2. Let's say it's $1 and you invest $2. If it goes up to $2, you make $4. So now let me give you another example. Let's say you invested $1,000 in GameStop share when it was at $39.23. You would have made $308,000. So why is GameStop stock soaring?
If you use Reddit, you've probably seen the occasional post on your front page from the subreddit Wall Street Bets. Basically, Wall Street Bets, or WSB, is a subreddit about investing in the stock market. GameStop is a company in the US that sells video games, and that's about all you need to know about it. And finally, the stock market. The main thing you need to understand here is what shorting is. Shorting is when you think a company is going to do badly. So you borrow that company's stock from a broker and promise to pay them back later. To use a non-stock market example, imagine that I thought that apples were going to go down in value. Let's say they currently cost $1. I go to a shopkeeper and say, hey, can I borrow an apple off you? I'll pay you back an apple later. I borrow the apple from him and sell it to someone for $1 and then wait for the price to change. If the price goes down to say 50 cents, then I can buy a new apple for 50 cents and return it to the shopkeeper. He's got his apple back and I've made 50 cents. There's a lot of big international investors that thought GameStop was essentially going to go bust and do a blockbuster. Firstly, in mid-August, Ryan Cohen, the founder of Chewy, started buying shares in GameStop. By December, VC Ventures, Cohen's company, had bought about 9 million shares. In total, there were 71 million short positions taken. Now, GameStop only has a float of 69.75 million shares, leaves between 20 and 30 million actively traded stocks, and 71 million short positions, who all need to buy stock. That's a lot of demand and not much supply. Anyway, Wall Street Bets realised this and determined that if they bought the stock and held it, they could force the price up. This triggers what's known as a short squeeze, where people with short positions desperately buy into a stock and try to cover before the price gets too high.
Also, Elon Musk even came into the conversation with his nice little tweet. It's just interesting to see numbers of something that isn't COVID. Speaking of COVID, our numbers yesterday were at 151,616 new cases, which were less than the day before. I'll take anything going down, so I'm happy that's going down. So pretty crazy news out there happening right now, but pretty interesting. I invested a very small amount into AMC stock, the movie theater stock, because they think the same thing might happen. So I hope my 8 shares becomes $800,000 or something. That'd be pretty cool. This is Reporter Blue from Blue Collar News, signing out.